Hey guys, so it's Annie, and this video is called Let's Get Frank. So I kind of debated on if I was going to make this video, but I thought, wow, you guys are shooting for diamond, and that's your goal, and my goal is to help you get there, and I'm going to do everything in my ability to help you reach that goal of diamond. But I wanted to start out with telling you a little bit about my background and how I reached diamond. So if you haven't heard this already, I signed up in 2008. I had been an Emerald for a very, very long time. So in the year September 2012, I was still an Emerald, and I was about 7 months pregnant at the time. I was making about $100 a month, I'd say, give or take. Like I know, in maybe like 50 a month, $100 a month in September of 2012, and that is when our Team Boom group was started. So we actually started a Facebook group called Team Boom, and it was the free challenge group. And in September of 12, when I had my son, I decided to start more with the coaching. I was recently laid off, and I had 2 kids at home, so I had a little bit more time. Obviously not a lot of time, because we know kids take up most of our time. But I decided, you know what, I can do these invites that Pat's talking about on Facebook. At the time, we didn't have Instagram. So I got on Facebook, and I got into a mom's group, and I would just send people a message saying I had this group, and I'm getting back in shape, and I was wondering if you'd want to join me. At the time, it was probably at my heaviest going into it, but I sent my invites every single day. I was on the Facebook pages sending invites. I joined a meetup group, and I sent out invites that way. I did every way imaginable to send invites. We didn't have any Coach Basics set up. We didn't have any invite process set up. We did have a little draft of what we have now, but nowhere near what we have for our coaches. So I did my invites for a solid 6 months. I was starting to get customers. Before, when I got customers in the past, like, I didn't have anywhere to add them. So now I was staying connected with them. I think I sent Marilyn an invite in like May of 2012, and it went into her other folder, and she got it back in like October 2012. So that's kind of how I started with the invites. Then when I was an Emerald, I started to sign up coaches in January. So I reached Diamond in February of 2013. So at the time when I reached Diamond, I was averaging about, I'd say, $150 to $200 a week now. So that was extra money in my pocket. I was working full-time. I had 2 babies at home. I was in a sales position, so I was making a lot of money at the time doing sales. They gave me a car, they gave me gas car, they gave me, I had a spending account. It was crazy what this company gave me, but I was miserable. I wasn't home with my kids. I never got to see them. I was out on the road. When I was in the hotel rooms, I would send out my invites and do these follow-ups, and I remember thinking, I really, really want to make an X amount of money to be able to stay home with my kids. And I knew in my heart that it probably wouldn't be what I was making at the time, but I just needed a way out. So my husband told me, if you make X amount of money, then you can, in a month, then you can stay home with your kids, since we wouldn't have to pay full-time daycare. So that was my goal in my head, is if I can do this, and I can. But you have to remember, it's not about you. It's about how many people that you can help. So the more people that I invited, the more people that I helped, the more that I myself took it upon myself to get trained and learn the business and then teach my coaches how to do that, the more you are going to reach your goals. So I was able to make the amount of money in a month that I set out for myself in May. And that was my motivation as a Diamond coach. So again, the first time when you reach Diamond, it does really depend on how many coaches you have and how many coaches are working the business. And when you're making Success Club, you're going to start to get those shake customers every single month. So that really starts to add up. So on average, when I was first a diamond, the first 6 months, I was averaging like 200 to 300 a week. Then it became 400 a week. And now on average, I would say about 500 a week. So, and it can go up and down. I just do it monthly. So I set a goal in my mind of that's what I wanted to reach in order for me to be relieved of my horrible job and doing something that I love and I'm passionate about, and I'm able to also stay home with my kids and set my own hours. So you really need to, so that's a motivation for somebody. It's not going to be your everybody's why, but that was my why, and I made it my why. I wrote it down. I told people about it. I really put it out there that this is what I was doing and I was going to make it happen. So that's the first thing, is you really have to dig down and know what your why is. So a lot of people ask me, what is it that what you make? And I'm just being completely honest with you. That's what I do. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you have to get over the fact of what other people are going to think. My biggest downfall was caring what other people thought, that if I wanted to make this my full-time job or if I wanted to post on my Facebook wall. Now I adopt the 80-20 rule, so I only do 20% about Beachbody, and I try to make 80% about my kids, my family, other activities that are related to that. But you need to make a goal, you need to write it down and set it for yourself, because that's the only person that's really going to go after it. The second thing was I wasn't consistent. I would start and then I would stop, and I swear I wish 4 years ago I was consistent with this business. You don't have to get on your Facebook and be on there for 3 hours. If you're working full time, you can get on and work an hour. You can get on your phone, and if all you have to do for that day is send out your invites, and send out your invites, because you just never know who's going to be able to be touched by this opportunity. So the third thing is you have to be consistent, put it out there that you're doing this, and set a goal for yourself. So that's my Frank video, and I hope it was really helpful. Again, this is not everybody's motivation, but you really got to dig down and what is your motivation, and you really have to be there for your coaches, and duplication by you learning the business, taking the effort to get on those calls, learn the training, and then you can then show that to your coach. And that is what, that's what diamonds do. When you reach a diamond, you are still reaching out for more coaches, but the majority of what I do and what you guys do, and now that you have coaches, is I still do those daily activities every single day, but I'm spending more time training and helping my coaches. So that is it, and I hope you guys have a freezing day, because it's -2 here, and bye.